Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in back again. I'm Tiwana for those who don't know, and this is the Tiwa Nation. So today I'm going to be talking about, before we get into another relationship, what are we supposed to do? Like, what's going on, guys? These are the things to consider before you actually start committing to somebody else. So for those who know my channel, I have released, oh, let me see my hair. I have released two videos on the broken generation, and the concept is that breaking people is really a cycle, and it's like when I'm broken and I go to someone else and I'm in their life, I might as well I might break them. I am bound to actually break them because most of the time broken people break people. It is what it is. So it's very important to take your time before you get into someone's life or to allow someone come into your life. Make sure that you do an evaluation and make sure that you see that person is really proper for you to give in. I think it's really important to get to know your person before you actually give them your all, or before you actually give them your half. Actually, no, before you give them your all. I think because it's either you are going to be the one who is toxic or they're going to be toxic, and when they're toxic to you, you're going to be contaminated with their toxicity. And now what? All of us are toxic, all of us are green, and that's not what we want. So I'm just gonna be like chit chatting on like things to consider, right? Like I say, the mistake that I really made was that I tried to fight my guts. I tried to fight my instincts. Your guts are there for a reason. Most of the time when something is not going to work good, it's not going to work out the way we want it to work out, and you actually foresee it that this is not going to work out, it's just important to save your energy and to save the other person's energy. Okay, just make sure that you stay away before you get deep, and you already know that it's not going to work, because you always know. Don't fight your feelings. Your feelings are always right. If you have been in a situation where probably you met someone, it's just someone, and you felt something just the day you saw them, you just felt like probably their energy is bad, or you just thought you didn't click, like there's always a feeling, guys, or you thought that this person is a bad person, and days later or time later, like some time later, you actually realize that you were right, because there's that spirit that is in us that always knows when something is fishy. Right? So before you date someone, it's very good to evaluate your feelings and how you are taking it inside. Like, how is it? Don't give it a try. Okay, if you want to give it a try, it's okay. If you fight your guts, you're going to regret, and you're going to be like, but I knew it wasn't going to work. Yes, you knew it was going to work, so you were not supposed to do it. You knew. Yeah, so that's one thing to consider. And another thing that I would say you have to consider before you get into a relationship is that, have you actually gotten to that point where you can actually share your energy with someone? Have you reboosted yourself into that position where you know that you're comfortable sharing your space with someone? And have you grown mentally to that mental capacity of someone who is in a relationship? Are you able to understand when this person is not doing well, or when they're supposed to be doing something that you expect them to do, and also they're not doing it? Are you now mature enough to actually process what's going on in the relationship and being able to understand your partner? I think everything in life is not as easy as we might want it to be. It's always jiggy and jaggy. It's always like up and down. It's a pattern. So sometimes you have to be ready to actually be patient with the person. Are you mature? Are you mentally there? Are you ready? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Do I think I can do what I am doing and also balance someone's feelings and also balance someone's well-being, because I think when you are in a relationship, you're basically in a companionship, and you are sharing whatever you are going through, you are supporting each other, and you're loving each other. So it's very important to consider these things, because sometimes you just like jump into this one, jump into the next, jump into, you have to give yourself time to heal from the past one, to reflect on the past one. What went wrong in the past relationship? What went wrong? Why did we break up? Was it my fault? What did I do? What did they do? And just taking accountability and working on the things that we have done wrong. I think it's very vital to actually get to that point where you can see the wrong that you did and actually acknowledging it. I think that's where the healing takes part. That's where the healing starts, because once you're able to identify what you did, basically you're good. You're good, because now it's like you're aware, so the chances of you doing it is now slim. And also, if you do it, you'll be able to know that, yo, I was wrong. I was wrong. So reflection. Practice reflection, because it's very important. Another thing to consider will be like valuing the person. Do you value the person that you want to date? I think how you start is mainly how you finish, most of the time. Most of the time, how you start is how you finish. Try to think of all the people that you've dated and start to think about how it started and how it ended. So it's very important to know if you value the person, because at the end of the day, if you date them probably because of something that they have, but basically the other things that they have, you literally don't care. You don't care. It's hard. It's just like, nah, that's not how we do it. Find someone that you value, find someone that you see attractive, find someone that you think is compatible with you, and everything will be easier for you. It'll be easier for everyone. Like, we are not trying to, hey. And another thing is, have you healed from your past? Have you healed from your past? And this is mainly about bringing what you experienced back then from another person, from another relationship, and bringing it into this one. This is a whole different person you're going to meet. This is a whole different person you're going to be dealing with. So you need to start learning to unlearn things that you've learned all throughout the years, especially those characteristics of people who are probably unavailable or people who are cheating. And then now when you get into this relationship, new one, then you start to be like, you know what, when I was in this relationship, this guy, when he didn't answer his phone, he was with the girl. No. So start unlearning the negative things that you have gone through in the past, because at the end of the day, everyone is different, and you have to give them a chance to express how they are and to be themselves. And I think actually get into someone when you know yourself and you want to lose you. Oh, how was I going to forget this point? How was I going to forget this point? Knowing yourself is it's something that's deep. It's deep, but I think some people don't really see the importance. But I think it's very important to know yourself, so that you don't get lost when you are in a relationship. You lose yourself. But when you know yourself, when you see yourself getting twisted, I know, you'll be like, this is not me, and I cannot lose myself just because of someone. And it's important that you don't let anyone try to change who you are. I think there are some characters in you that you might want to change, just to flex, to make the other person comfortable. But at the end of the day, you don't have to like be totally changed just because you are dating someone. Like, you know what I mean. You don't want someone who will shrink you, who will make you think that you're less of who you are. So at the end of the day, know yourself before you get into the next relationship, because it's very important. You won't lose yourself, and also you'll be able to stand up for yourself, because you know who you are. There's just some people who don't know who they are. When you say jump, they say how high, and that's not who you want to be. I'm going to start learning more about boundaries, because I feel like when you don't have boundaries, sometimes people can just disrespect you and you literally don't know how to react, or they actually were not supposed to disrespect you in the first place if you had boundaries, but because you don't, people just think they can just budge in. If you have a gate or a fence at your house, it's not everyone who's going to get into your house, because you are guarded, because you have some sort of protection around you. So I think it's important to learn boundaries, because you'll be able to protect yourself from people who want to just destroy. There's some people who just want to destroy. Yeah, really, I think I have really said much, but yeah. So this topic was actually inspired by one of my friends. We were having like a discussion of like what's going on in life, and she was like, how, like, why is it so hard to move on from someone, and it seems like you actually know the reason why you should move on, but it's still hard to just accept the fact and just moving on, just leaving it behind. But I thought that, you know what, I think giving yourself time to heal is important, time to hurt, time to cry, because sometimes people want you to just be like, hey, you break up today, tomorrow you out. No, people want you to be strong. Oh, be strong, be strong. Yes, you don't have to be strong. Like, no, you're not supposed to be strong. Why are you being strong? This is the reason why sometimes people end up just brushing it under the carpet and they end up being messed up, because you're supposed to feel it, you're supposed to go through it. You don't jump through stuff, you go through stuff. I think it's important for you to feel how you feel and knowing your worth, because most of the time when you know your worth, you will know that you have to move on. Like, you will literally be much, you find it more easier for you to move on, because you know that that wasn't worth it. Always ask yourself the reason why you left. Always know the reason why you left, because if not, you're still going to be entangled to that person. Know the reason why you left, and always remind yourself of these things. Like, you know what, he didn't deserve me, she didn't deserve me, I deserve much more better out there. There is someone better out there for me. And speak things into existence. Don't speak negative stuff into your life. Speak positive stuff in your life. Say, I'm going to meet someone who is better. I am meeting someone who is better. I am. Ooh, yes. Yes. And it was like, oh, how is it that you know something? How is it that you then end up not doing what you know? Basically, if I was telling my friend to move on, I'll be like,
Move on. Girl, you gotta move on because this didn't.
but then when it's now me who is in that same position, all that I knew about moving on will literally, it'll go. The whole knowledge will it'll deplete. Why is it that? But I found the answer, and I was like, you know what, at the end of the day, we are all humans. There are a lot of people out there. Like, let's look at celebrities or people who are wise. It's not their life is not always what they say. Like, they advise people, let's say influencers, whatever, they advise people to be better people, to be greater people, but that doesn't mean that in every situation of their life they're actually being that, they're actually doing that. So that tells me a lot that, you know what, even though you might know much, even though you might know better, it doesn't mean that you will do better. Make sure that you actually humanize yourself, that, you know what, yes, I know this, but I know it's hard, but I have to keep on working. I have to keep on going, because yes, I know I am a human. I cannot practice what I preach, but I just gotta try. You just gotta try, because it is what it is. Like, you just gotta try, you just gotta do it. You have to keep on pushing. When you fall, you rise up again. That's why I think we have friends around us. We can always call them. If you have the privilege of having friends who support you, make sure that you reach out to them. Go out, have some fresh air, make sure that you're going through it, make sure that you're getting up still, and make sure that you have like an environment which is healthy for you and an environment which is encouraging. Sometimes when you're like depressed, that you're going through a breakup, or you're just alone, you need an environment which is welcoming, which is comfortable. Don't stay in like something that's rough. Don't make up your room. Like, don't stay in a place that is just depressing. Okay, make sure that you like occupy yourself with some things. If you like washing, do some washing, do some laundry. If you want to change the design of your room, do some decorations, baby, because it's going to keep you busy. You're going to be thinking of some colors to put, you're going to be thinking of a lot. Make sure that you keep yourself busy. You are out there getting your life together, making the bad, get the money, girl. Get the money, girl. I got a question for you. Is it worth it? Real love, do you think you deserve it? Yes, you do deserve it. You deserve it. You actually do deserve it. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching my video. If you're new to my channel and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. We want this channel to grow, and I'm going to be posting much more content. Okay, if you have something to say down below, just write it down. If you don't have anything to say, just write Tiwa Nation in the comment section, or hashtag Tiwa Nation in the comment section below. Subscribe, like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.